It's impossible to be a two-way player.
This phrase used to be common sense in the baseball world until one Japanese player shattered it. Back in high school, he shook the entire nation with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball and 56 home runs. He declared he would go straight to the majors, and while every team gave up, there was one organization that dared to take on the impossible. Why did the Hokkaido Nippon Ham refuse to give up on Shohei Ohtani? And what kind of miracle negotiation gave birth to the two-way phenomenon? In this video, we dive into the untold, moving story of Shohei Ohtani's origin, the very beginning of a journey that continues to amaze the world today.
Breaking news! 99% of viewers forgot to subscribe. Yes, I mean you. Please subscribe.
Only the fighters saw Ohtani's potential.
The two-way, a phrase everyone knows today, but once considered an impossible dream. From his high school days, Shohei Ohtani stood in a class of his own. Whether on the mound or at the plate for Hanamaki Higashi High, his presence was nothing short of monstrous. As a hitter, he blasted 56 home runs in his high school career. And in the summer tournament semifinal of his final year, he threw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, the first ever recorded in Japanese amateur baseball. The moment the numbers lit up on the radar gun, the entire stadium gasped. Everyone watching knew this player was built different. That overwhelming talent caught the attention not only of Japan, but also of Major League scouts across the ocean. In the fall of 2012, after submitting his paperwork for the draft, Ohtani was faced with the ultimate decision: Japan or the majors. He himself admitted it was 50-50, saying, "Both are attractive to me," unable to hide his indecision. But his dream of challenging MLB was strong. "Ever since I entered high school, I've had the desire to go straight to the majors," he said. After multiple meetings with MLB teams, his heart began to lean overseas. The Dodgers, Rangers, and Red Sox all pitched their best presentations to win him over. And then, on October 21st, 2012, Ohtani announced at a press conference, "I've decided to play in America." Ever since I entered high school, I've felt strongly about this. I admired both paths, but my feelings toward the majors were stronger. When asked whether he was ready for such an unprecedented challenge, he answered firmly, "I made this decision based on my own opinion." With that, Ohtani showed his unshakable resolve to chase his dream. The baseball world was stunned. Teams scrambled to change their draft strategies, and many concluded Shohei Ohtani will never play in Japanese professional baseball. But there was one team that refused to give up: the Fighters. In fact, the Fighters had been tracking Ohtani from very early on, spotting his talent as early as his freshman year of high school. After watching him pitch in the spring tournament of his third year, they had already decided, "We're going to take him with our first pick." The scouts saw his potential both as a pitcher and a hitter, and were convinced this player is absolutely essential for Japanese baseball. So even after Ohtani declared his intention to go to the majors and every other team backed off, the Fighters stood firm. They prepared to call his name no matter what. And at the draft, they did just that. making a bold, unexpected pick that shocked the entire room. Ohtani himself later admitted, "I was surprised. I was shaken, but I'm grateful they chose me," showing both his confusion and appreciation. Behind this bold move was the fighters' unique philosophy. They had recognized early on Ohtani's true dream, not just to play in the majors, but to thrive there for years and become a pioneer. That's why the fighters didn't just try to convince him to stay in Japan. Instead, they asked, "How can we actually help him achieve that dream? What's truly best for him?" That mindset shaped their entire negotiation strategy. Scout Hiroshi Obuchi recalled, "In conversation, he never gave a simple yes or no. That's when I realized he was serious about going to the majors." For most high school players, hesitation would show. But Ohtani's careful, deliberate answers revealed a deep determination. In the end, Ohtani declared he was aiming for the majors, but the fighters never wavered. Their persistence and belief laid the foundation for the revolutionary idea that would later shock the baseball world: the two-way player. And so, Ohtani's story that began at Hanamaki Higashi High took on a new chapter the moment he crossed paths with the fighters. His 100-mile-per-hour fastball, his towering home runs, those moments still set hearts racing today. And the fighters, who never gave up on him and kept believing in his potential, captured people's admiration as well. If the fighters had given up back then. It's chilling to think the two-way Shohei Ohtani we know today might never have existed. That unwavering resolve from the fighters became the spark that lit the miracle to come. But the real battle was only beginning. What magic words could possibly convince Ohtani, a young man set on the majors, to change his mind?
Building Ohtani's uncharted path together.
On October 25, 2012, the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters made a bold move. They drafted Shohei Ohtani despite knowing he was determined to pursue the majors. Ohtani repeatedly stated, "My feelings haven't changed. I'm committed to going to the majors." Everyone thought it was impossible to persuade him. But for the fighters, led by manager Hideki Kuriyama, that was just the beginning. The day after the draft, the fighters immediately visited Ohtani's high school. Ohtani wasn't there, only his coach Sasaki met them. The GM admitted with frustration, "We were prepared, but we couldn't meet him today." Still undeterred, they visited Ohtani's home on November 2nd. Originally planning to meet only his parents, they were surprised to find Ohtani himself present. During the meeting, a scout presented a signed baseball from Kuriyama. On it read, "Ohtani, don't let your dream end as a dream. Let's build a path together that no one has ever walked before." At that moment, Ohtani's expression softened slightly. Between his professional aspirations and his dream of the majors, those words had clearly reached him. The fighters identified 3 key points during negotiations. He didn't just want to go to the majors. He wanted to have a long, successful career. He wanted to be a pioneer. These insights later became the foundation for proposing the revolutionary two-way path. On November 11th, the fighters held a detailed presentation for Ohtani's parents. Using a 30-page deck and a projector, they explained the risks of going straight to the majors from high school. They cited examples from Korea, showing that progressing through the NPB first greatly increased the chance of success. Ohtani's father later said, "They gave us an incredibly valuable explanation." Then came November 17th, when the fighters revealed their trump card, the unprecedented idea of the two-way player. In a conversation between Kuriyama and the GM, Kuriyama asked, "Which should we develop him as, a pitcher or a hitter?" The GM replied, "It's difficult, but maybe both." Kuriyama then declared, "Let's go with both. Let him do both. He can do it." This was a completely new concept in Japanese baseball. The fighters announced their vision. "We will develop Shohei Ohtani as both our ace and cleanup hitter, challenging conventional wisdom." Throughout the negotiations, the fighters reinforced their commitment with facts and examples. Many high school players have successfully debuted in the NPB. The team has staff with major league experience, providing an ideal environment. The organization will fully support any future MLB challenge. On November 26th, Kuriyama personally joined the negotiations. He never once said, "We want you on our team." Instead, he calmly explained, "If I were Shohei Ohtani's parent, I'd have him play in Japan before going to the majors. Without proving himself here, it's hard for a Japanese player to succeed in MLB." He shared reality based on years of field experience and seriously proposed a path to achieving Ohtani's dream. Ohtani's mother later reflected, "They were thinking not for the team, but for Shohei." Ohtani himself admitted, "They taught me things I didn't know. It helped me make a decision." Finally, on December 9th, Ohtani officially announced at a press conference, "I have decided to join the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters." He recalled, "There has never been a day I've been so nervous," marking a historic moment in Japanese baseball. When asked why he chose the fighters, he revealed, "I never imagined I could play both as a pitcher and a hitter." That was the biggest factor, acknowledging that the two-way proposal was decisive. Thus, through the fighters' persistent negotiations, Kuriyama's passion, and the revolutionary two-way concept, Ohtani was brought into Japanese professional baseball. Had Kuriyama insisted on choosing only one path, the two-way Shohei Ohtani we know today might never have existed. From start to finish, the team and the manager worked not for themselves, but for Shohei Ohtani's dream. That dedication touched his heart and guided his decision. The fighters, with their groundbreaking two-way proposal, moved Ohtani and changed the course of baseball history. Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next one.